Hi everyone, welcome to Collette's Thermi Kitchen. My name is Collette Mitrega. I'm a Thermomix consultant here in Australia, and today we are getting ready for Christmas, and one of the things that we can make are rum balls. Now, rum balls are just such a Christmas tradition. They are absolutely beautiful and fudgy, and I'm happy to share my recipe with you. So this recipe is not on cookie dough. You can make it in your TM5, your TM6 or your TM7, and you will find the recipe on my blog. And remember, to get to my blog, it's thermikitchen.com.au, and you'll always find a link to that in every post that I do. So here we have the TM7, and just as a reminder, we're in the last weekend of our TM7 trade up offer. So if you've got a TM5, a 31 or a TM6, no matter what the condition, and you want to get one of these babies before Christmas, why not consider trading up? So give me a call, or if you have an active consultant, give them a call. I'm sure we would love to help you. I know I definitely would. All right, let's get on with these rum balls. Now what I've done is I have actually already added this recipe into my created recipes on Cookie Dough. And that's one of the wonderful things about Cookie Dough. Yes, it's got over 100,000 amazing recipes, but you can also write your own family favorites in there. And rum balls, every Christmas we make these, so the recipe is in here. So I'm going to click straight on the recipe, and you can see it's going to be just a little bit different because it is a created recipe by me, but I'm just going to hit start cooking. All right. Now, traditionally rum balls don't actually have chocolate in them, but I love the addition of a bit of chocolate. It just gives it that little bit of richness. So the very first step we're going to do is we're going to add in some chocolate. Now, you know, if you're buying cheap ingredients, you're going to get cheap kind of tasting rum balls. And chocolate, you really want to go for a good quality chocolate, 50 to 70% cocoa content, so you know it's going to melt down and be really rich and beautiful. So if you use milk chocolate, it's just going to up that sweetness level, and they're going to be a bit sickly. So these are the Collettes that I love to use, but you can go and buy a beautiful, you know, a bar of Lindt or something like that from Woolies. So remember, 50 to 70% cocoa is going to give you a really beautiful rum ball. So in goes the chocolate, and I'm just going to make sure there's none of them kind of sitting on top of the blades, because the first thing we're going to do is we're going to chop those down. Now, if you're using a block of chocolate, remember just to break it up and pop it in there. So you're giving the Thermomix just a little bit of a hand in that chopping motion. So here we go. So I've added the dark chocolate in, and now I am going to go for 5 seconds at speed 8. Okay, and that's all done. Now, you'll know that that was quite loud. When you do grind down the chocolate, it's going to be really loud. But remember, with the TM7, if you are cooking below or doing anything below speed 2, it is silent. And believe it or not, we actually use Thermomix at speed 2 or below around 75% of the time. So it's a blessing having that nice and quiet. All right, so the next stage is just to show you here. You can see how that has just ground down really beautifully. And I'm now going to go ahead and melt this. So we're going to melt this now onto next. So 3 minutes at 50 degrees, and I'm just going to press play. And it's going at speed 2. So put that in your little notebook as a little nugget when you're melting chocolate. You've already had speed 8 for 3 seconds to chop your chocolate, and then to melt it you want about 3 minutes, and always at 50 degrees. You don't want to go any higher because you don't want to burn that chocolate. So we have a few minutes left. Today I've had quite a busy day actually. I've been cooking at lunchtime with my customers in our lounge, and so many of them have been receiving their TM7, and of course they're super excited. And today we did a really beautiful session on stir frying. And one of the great things with the TM7 is that you can now use the browning function in much more freer control. And you've got the intense browning and the gentle browning. And one of the main differences between those two, with gentle browning, think about your French cooking when you want to just soften your vegetables, like your cubes of carrot and celery and onion, without browning too much. Your mirepoix, for example, that's when you'd use the gentle setting. And then you've got this intense setting for the real caramelized or stir frying and sorting out your meat. So it's a great feature that I love very, very much. Any questions there, Andrew? No questions from anybody? Okay. It's quite hot and muggy today, isn't it? And we have had a few flies in the house, so we've been swatting them around everywhere. Okay, about a minute to go. What else can I tell you? Yeah, so Trade Up, as I said, is on. It's the last week of Trade Up, and it finishes on Monday. So, you know, if it's something that you're thinking about, please reach out. And yeah, TM7 is absolutely amazing. That is for sure. Okay, 54 seconds to go. Other ingredients that we're going to use. So I've got some biscuits. And I've just used digestives, but you can use any sweet plain biscuit. You know, your Marie, your arrowroot, chocolate ripple, you could use those as well. I love digestive biscuits. We've got cocoa powder, and just like chocolate, you can get really beautiful quality cocoa powder. So this is a Dutch cocoa powder, which is really, really beautiful to use. We have also got our desiccated coconut. Need these definitely in Rum Balls, and this is the fine one, so you can get fine desiccated coconut and you can get a chunkier one, so the fine one works really well. And I'm also adding in about 70 grams of raisins that I like in some extra rum, and of course we have our rum and our condensed milk. So we have done that, so clicking that off, and now we head on to the next screen. We want to always check as you go through and make sure that that's all melted down. So that's all fine, but I do have some chocolate on top of the blades. I'm simply going to knock that off, and that will melt in with the main mix as we progress. So just knocking that off. Delicious. Okay. Perfection. And then I'm just going to scrape down the sides, and then just scraping that off. Beautiful job. Okay, back on we go. Now the next thing I want to add to that 150 grams of melted chocolate are the biscuits. So 250 grams of biscuits, and you can see I've kind of broken them down just a little bit. So in they go, which is wonderful. And now what we're going to do is we are going to just crush those down. Now you can do these as chunky as you want to. I like them not to be too chunky. So I'm going to go for 4 seconds at speed 8. Okay, taking that one off and heading off to next. All right, so let's have a look. There always are a couple of little bits of cookies. You can see that I've got a couple of chunks, a couple of choices. I usually just break them down with my spatula. They're fine, and I'm happy with how that now is looking. If you want to, you could actually go about another minute, but I'm happy with that, that's fine. Of course, the other option is that you could actually eat those chunks of biscuits. All right, in we go. So now that we've done that, those big ones are broken down quite nicely. I'm going to add in the rest of the mixture. So in goes the cocoa powder And now we're going to add in the desiccated coconut. And sweetened condensed milk. Now, I have to confess, I had a couple of tins of this in the cupboard. They've been in there for ages. Normally, I would just make this. Please make it in the Thermomix. It takes 5 minutes and it is absolutely delicious. And it costs you next to nothing. So you don't have to go out and buy this stuff. But if you have it in the cupboard, then you need to use it. So I'm going to put in, I'm not going to scrape the tin out, but there's going to be, you know, about 350 grams. I didn't tear that back, but that will be fine. So you can see I've got most of the tin there that has been done. So the next thing we're going to add in there, I'm actually going to add the raisins in that have been soaked in rum as well. You can mix these through afterwards if you prefer. And then into that mix, I am also going to add in about 3 tablespoons of extra rum. Now, if you want to make this alcohol-free, a teaspoon of instant coffee with a bit of hot water mixed in will be great. You could also use some juice. If you didn't want to use rum, Cointreau is beautiful. And you could add in there some very finely zested orange as well, which is quite lovely. And I also added in there at the end just a pinch of salt. All right, so that's all now being added in. And the next thing we want to do is to just make sure I've ticked those all off, which I have done. I love the checklist with this. So now we're going to go for 15 seconds. Love the dual screen on the TM7. So this is a real-time screen here. It is telling me to pop that lid on, which is great. And now we're going to go for 15 seconds at speed 5. Combine it all together. Excellent. So again, what we're now doing is we are checking that everything is done, and this is basically all there is to Rum Balls. So that is my mix. Okay, so just so you can see the mix, at this stage, if you find for some reason it is too runny, you could just add in some more crushed biscuits. But you can see that's kind of what we're looking for. Now what we need to do is we need to pop this into a bowl, and we're going to put that into the fridge for about half an hour just to firm up a little bit more so that we can actually shape these rum balls. And the addition of that chocolate in there at the beginning just really makes these so beautiful. Now, if you didn't want raisins in there, cranberries are beautiful, glacé cherries are beautiful, and you can add all of those in, and the cranberries give it a lovely kind of sweet tartness, which is just beautiful. So what I've actually done is I have gone ahead and made some, and this now is the mix that is now been in the fridge for half an hour. And I've got some extra desiccated coconut that I'm going to toss the balls in. So you could also toss them in some chocolate and firm the chocolate up. I've also got some chocolate sprinkles, they're lovely. Hundreds and thousands, look beautiful as well. And so to make these, all we're going to do is to basically scoop these out. I like to use a tablespoon ice cream scoop, similar thing. And you're just going to get this in. And then what I like to do is just kind of position these out on here. And then I will start the rolling process. Just makes it easy. So I'd go through normally and do the whole batch, just like this. And then I would start to pick up and to roll. So let's just do a few of these for you. Now, if you find that your hands get really mucky with the rolling, a couple of things you can do. Just a bit of water, that will help. Or you could put a little bit of coconut oil on there, and that will also help. But I'm going to live dangerous and not use anything. So what I'm going to do is just to pick up, just squash them together, and then we're just going to roll. Okay, and then that lovely little rum ball is going to go into coconut, and we're going to just roll these other few into the coconut, and one more into the coconut, and then we'll have 2 into the chocolate sprinkles. Now the wonderful thing about these is that once you have coated them, you can actually line them all up on your tray, and then you can actually pop that tray into the freezer and open freeze them. And then after a couple of hours, scoop them up into a bag. They will all stay lovely and separate, and then be ready for you whenever you want to use them or use them for gifting. So, just put these around here. So they'll freeze quite happily until way past Christmas. New Year's Eve, they will be beautiful on dessert platters as well. And of course, they're going to be ready for gifting. So if you are gifting them, please make sure on the tag you say that you need to keep these into the freezer, which is what you do need to do. And then I'm just going to put these onto a little tray so you can see. So just moving these out now, so the little coconut ones, lovely jobbly, and then the little contrasty ones, the chocolate sprinkles, and then you can obviously do a nice big plate full. They're lovely on dessert platters, and they are just delicious. Now these ones would normally go back into the fridge just to firm up a little bit more, but they will be very, very delicious. I'm going to have this little guy here. Really delicious. Very fudgy, very chocolatey. The rum notes are coming through, and I've got those little raisins in there that have been soaked in extra rum. So absolutely delicious. Now make these now, so you can pop them in the freezer. That's one less thing for you to think of at Christmas time. They'll last in the fridge for about 3, maybe 4 weeks. And if you're stacking them in a container, just put some baking paper between them so they don't get too squished. And on my blog, you've got the full recipe. You've got lots of notes, hints to exchange certain ingredients, etc. So why not plan to make some of these real soon and get ahead for Christmas. So there you go. My name's Collette Mitrega. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this little Rum Ball session, and reach out if I can help in any way. You know how to contact me, and head to my blog, Thermi Kitchen, Thermie, and if I go home, Thermi Kitchen, and you'll find the recipe and details there. Thank you so much. Bye for now.